It's cinema meets gaming, it's Android meets humanity, it is Detroit become human, it is Gareth Woods with controller in hand, examining clues.
I'm examining evidence.
In a very tense situation. Set the scene for us here, this game looks slick.
Yeah, so it's, I mean, you're calling it a game because you are still playing, but it's very much like being in a movie.
It's augmented reality of sorts.
and you get to run the movie how you want. You know how many times you watch a movie and go, oh, I wouldn't have done that. Exactly, don't go back inside, run, you know. Now you can basically play the role of the antagonist or protagonist in each one of these, in this case, these androids. And you have their stories in 3 different kind of styles, and they merge and they can move away from each other as the story goes. Right now I'm an android detective who's analyzing a crime scene. I've just picked up some evidence here, and I can now reconstruct the scene. We go through, so guys, he grabbed his gun from the locker. Oh, that's where he got it from. And I can go back and analyze that point, see what happened.
Process.
So the deviant took the father's gun. So any android that goes rogue, you know, like kind of like stops obeying its kind of commands, is called a deviant. So now I have more information on the case. I know that he has a gun, for example, and that will increase my chances of success when I go into this negotiation. You see that my information found there has gone up to 51%, so I've got a little bit better chance of finding out what happened. Let's see if we can scan for anything else, locate the hostage, understand what happened.
One nice thing about the cinematic kind of angle is that you feel the atmosphere.
Oh,
I mean,
yes,
the graphics are insane.
I mean, I don't want to give any spoilers, but it's the kind of thing like when you eventually get into this negotiation, you literally feel like every move you make could, you know, possibly be successful or...
And the fact that they're giving you a probability of each move that you're making being successful or not. I'm also picking up a fair bit of prejudice, so there is an undercurrent of narrative that runs through this in terms of the story, the world that you've stepped into. Set the bigger scene for us.
So it is the dystopian or utopian future where we have androids and they look after us and they're our servants, but with that obviously there's this kind of disparity between humans and then these androids, and they're treated poorly, they're treated like slaves, and with that some of them are becoming self-aware. They're going like, we shouldn't be treated like this, and so that's where a lot of this message comes through. But also at the same time they're taking our jobs, and now they're being, you reading news headlines, they're being introduced into professional sports and all sorts of other things, and so humans are getting scared as well.
So normally we would say this is for the big kids out there, but this doesn't look like it's for the kids or the big kids out there. This obviously has some pretty adult content.
Yes, it does. I mean, obviously the story involves a bit of murder. You're a crime scene investigator, so obviously there's certain elements there. But what is particularly interesting, I find, is that the character, there's no wrong or right answer. It's not like, oh, you did the wrong thing and now your character died and so that movie ends. What happens, the movie keeps going. That character is just no longer a part of the story.
So the narrative just shifts.
Yeah, so it shifts. And so you can play this over and over and over and have different experiences every time.
I'm glad you said it. How long can you play this game for in one sitting?
Well, I don't know about one sitting, but total I've been playing about 7 hours, and I feel like I'm about halfway through my first playthrough. You know, you kind of start feeling the story starting to line up, you know. But obviously I can go back, try different things. What's great at the end, it shows you your decision trees. So it shows you all the mapped out decisions, not what the results are, but like you went left when you could have gone right. And then it shows you the world's percentages that chose the same thing. So at the end you can see your result, 7% of the world got that result from that 40 decisions that you made. Yeah?
Are you human or are you actually more Android in the way that you think? It looks amazing, dude. On the PS4, obviously, the PS. And it really does look like something completely new, but I think ultimately it just looks beautiful.
Yeah.
The visual elements
the graphics are absolutely
amazing, man. Detroit become human. Are you human or are you Android? You can find out. Immerse yourself in a cinematic experience that's not quite a game.